And marker. Oh, wait. Ready. And marker. Pad.
Hi. Hello. Hello, and welcome to the Slash. Sydney and Tamara.
Oh, hi.
And myself are all. Are you going to communicate through signs? You have to hold it up. It takes a while for the camera to adjust. Apparently, Tamara is communicating through signs today. We got questions. Someone wanted us to go over 2 rides. So we've dubbed this episode our scary episode. Ooh. Because that's why we're all in black. That's why we're all in black. I was actually not planned.
We totally planned that.
Yeah, totally. They don't know that! Today, we're going over 2 rides. The first ride is... Tamara?
What?
Do you know what the first ride is? It's right there on the screen.
Tout. 1 second.
Tower of Terror! Ah!
We're gonna get illustrations today too, apparently.
Although that could also be the TARDIS, I'm not quite sure. It does look kind of
My drawing skills need work!
We are doing 2 rides. The first being Tower of Terror, and the second being Haunted Mansion, hence the scary episode. Ooh. So, first, we come to our practical knowledge. Sydney, I have never ridden Tower of Terror. Please, enlighten us.
Much fun. It is so much fun. The ride is themed after it's themed along the lines of a Twilight Zone episode. So what happens is this elevator in the 1920s was struck by lightning while there were guests in the hotel or in the elevator itself, and so those guests have vanished into the Twilight Zone. So when you look at the hotel from the outside, there's this huge jagged scar. So we, as guests, have to use the maintenance elevator. And once you go onto the maintenance elevator, well, anything goes. You can get shot up, you can get dropped, you can
bounce around.
Yeah, it really varies, literally, from ride to ride. My family and I went on it 7 times in a row. We had a different experience every single time.
I have some useless historical fun facts. The Tower of Terror opened in 1994. When the tower was being built, it actually got struck by lightning, which is really creepy because, as Sydney just said, that was part of the ride design. And it happened, they decided it way before it actually got struck by lightning. And since then, it frequently gets struck by lightning, and they have to close it down in order to fix it when it gets struck by lightning. Yes, it does. It says so right there. I got it off of the Disney website. Don't shake your head at me. Okay.
I have friends who witnessed it get struck while it was working.
That's terrifying.
That's really actually quite terrifying. Cool things for CPers when it comes to Tower of Terror is the break room for Tower of Terror is actually located between the 2 drop towers around the 3rd floor. This means that you can hear the screams as you eat, and the television... Yeah, don't look at me like that. And the television shakes whenever one of the elevators goes past.
That's messed up.
That's really bad. And also, there are service hallways running in between the 2... the break rooms and the air shafts, just in case, something breaks down or you have to get in and get them out, which occasionally does happen. But here's the coolest part, is if you stand in these hallways when the elevator drops, you can see the walls bend from all of the compressed air, which, kind of explains why when the tower first opened, it had to immediately be shut down, because one of the backstage walls inside had blown out. It kind of went necessarily unknown, but I thought it was really funny, was the Tower of Terror only stands 199 feet tall. Exactly. You want to know why, Tamara?
Why, Jocelyn?
Because at 200 feet, the FAA regulations say that this building requires a blinking red light on top so that airplanes don't run into it. Now, granted, this doesn't take into account that Walt Disney is a no-fly zone, but the regulations still stand. So Disney and Imagineers decided they were going to keep it at 199 feet so they don't have to have the red blinking light on it because they thought it would take away. And so they changed the top of the design and shortened it by like half a floor in order to keep the theme of the tower and not have it distracted by the blinking red light.
Ooh.
So you get it.
I am a good drawer.
You are a good drawer. Second ride, obviously in our terrible twosome. Tower Terror, terrible twosome.
I'm not acknowledging that pun.
Oh, come on, laugh at me. I'm funny. Ha, 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 ha. The second ride is one I've actually ridden, but I've only ridden at Disneyland, because, once again, never been to Disney World. Disneyland and Disney World both have this ride. It is called Haunted Mansion.
I already showed them the picture. It has the name on it.
I know.
Okay.
Maybe she was explaining for those who can't read.
Maybe we have blind viewers, Tamara. Did you ever
How
think
did
of
they
that?
find us?
Not at Disneyland, is they have way back in the back, around the top left, is a headstone for Mr. Toad.
Mm-hmm. Up in the pet cemetery.
Yeah, which is
They
a
have it up on the
tribute
hill.
to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which closed in 1998.
But we rode in Disneyland.
It's still there in Disneyland.
Yeah, it's still at Disneyland. It's really cool. And if you get out there, I'd ride it. But it's no longer at Disney World. Because
Winnie the Pooh took its place.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh took its place.
It's really creepy if you ride it in Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Disneyland, because the last room when he goes through hell is really hot.
It's terrifying. Is way back in the day, Disney was going to do a Young Indiana Jones stunt show. Not anywhere, anything like the Indiana Jones stunt show now at Walt Disney World. But in order to do that, they bought a hearse that they were going to blow up for the show. But because the show got canceled, they're like, we have this hearse, or what are we going to do with it? So what did they do? They stuck a harness on it and stuck it in Haunted Mansion. Beef with Haunted Mansion. It is by far one of the scariest yet coolest rides at Disneyland. And I took a friend to go there the day before Halloween. He had never been there before. And I get there, I'm like, we're going on Haunted Mansion. It's really creepy. It's the creepiest thing Disney's ever made. I'm really excited. We get in line. I look up, and it's Christmas. Jack Skellington had taken over Haunted Mansion. It was Christmas on Halloween. I was so angry. Now, I'm not adverse to any Disney film, but Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas isn't one of my favorites. It's kind of gross and kind of creepy. But to have it take over the creepiest ride at Disney on Halloween was insulting, and I was angry. But I have some really favorite parts of the ride. My absolute favorite part is the 4 singing buses. I love them. And I'm enough of a theater nerd that I figured out how they work. Now, like a couple different areas in the park, they're just heads.
Should you be talking about this for ruining the magic?
Another cool part. If you follow the Disney blogs, they have updated the hitchhiking ghosts. You know how they used to be kind of lame, where they're just like, little holograms that sit next to you, and you have a pattern of who gets what? Not anymore. They're not even holograms. Well, they were. Now they are,
but they weren't before.
But they weren't back then. Now they are interactive in a way that they've never been before. And if you go to the blog, you really should see it, because they have a video of it, and it's super cool. They mess with you now. They're on top of the buggies. They're in the buggies. They're replacing people in the buggies. They are laughing at you and taunting you, and they're great. They look awesome. And I'm really excited, because we're going to go, because she's been watching the Not So Halloween Party all afternoon. And it's been driving me nuts. Those are those two. We have creeped.
They updated the outside queue, too.
Yeah, they did.
It's a whole lot more interactive. and there are tombstones you can go up to and touch, and they'll make noises at you.
So we're just gonna be awkward and smile. Awkward pause.
We're getting a phone
My
call.
mom.
Hello. We might put her on speakerphone.
Hi, you're watching your video. Well, guess what? You're part of another one. Oh, I know. Good job, because you're also part of another one right now.
Yep.
What do you mean? We're recording it.
It's live.
It's live. Well, no, it's not. I don't think you can do live.
This is totally live. I'm not dead at this moment in time.
Live to be edited later.
Live to be edited later.
Live. Recorded at an earlier date.
There's a lot of editing that needs to happen.
Okay. Well, I was going to call and chat, but I probably did have your hands full, so I will talk to you later.
We'll be done in like 2 seconds.
Not a problem. Please edit this.
I will.
Thanks.
Bye.
So remember, send her questions. We're all 3 of us questions, but mostly her because she researched it. Her for the live experience, and me for the commentary.
Did you just hijack my show?
Disney.
She just hijacked my ending.
Not Disney.
I don't think you really care.
I don't either. Remember our send off?
Right. So that's it for this time. Peace out.
Have a Disney day!